We used to joke that Mom had special powers. There's no question in any of our minds that she had a supernatural ability to communicate with her children. She would send out a mental ET phone home message to us, whether it was to me in Thailand, Bruce in California, or Stacy in Denver. She had an uncanny ability where sometimes you would pick up the phone to call her and there was no dial tone because simultaneously she was calling us and was already on the line. Bizarre, the phone never rang. She was a binding force that went beyond the physical. That's a presence that we noticed disappeared when she got well into her illness. But I have a funny feeling that special energy force of hers is about to get much stronger. She's already been sending us messages in beautiful and mysterious ways. Mom loved a bargain. She loved to shop. Her proudest bargain secured ever was perhaps when she had the summer country house. She purchased a number of trees for a penny apiece. They were baby catalpa trees. They have tremendous leaves like tobacco leaves and grow very quickly, 3 or 4 feet a year. Her penny trees became big trees real fast. In fact, they became dollar trees in just a few seasons. What a bargain. Good job, Mom. From the very beginning, she was an incredible wife to our father. I can remember Dad once telling me that on their honeymoon, as soon as they arrived to their suite, Mom unpacked his suitcase and hung up his clothes for him. He said, from that day forward, Mom always made him feel extra special and took such amazing care of him. I remember how much she loved to bake, and she would bake a special cherry cheesecake for our father. So much love went into that cake. She took such care in making it. It had to be perfect. In fact, I do remember her throwing away a few and starting over because they were not quite good enough. She and Dad just always had so much fun together, no matter what they were doing. And they have so many wonderful friends. Mom was a real social butterfly. The two of them were always out and about. Even I had to book in advance to get onto their social calendar. A true passion that they shared was music. For years and years, they had season tickets to the symphony and the opera. And movies. They loved movies. All kinds. Comedies, spaghetti westerns. But they both had a very special affinity for foreign films. That's why they were perfect in the role they filled at the Jewish Heritage Club. They would select movies to be shown on movie night at the club. They had such an appreciation for the most artistic, out of the norm, even crazy and off-the-wall wacky films that related to Judaism. They always found the perfect film. Mom loved selecting the movies and screening them with Dad and us kids. No one could ever talk about my mom without mentioning her laugh. Her laugh was both musical and contagious. There was always laughter in the house growing up. She would be out with my father, and friends of theirs would be in the same restaurant at a different table. The friends would follow her laughter to the table and say, "I knew you two were here. We could hear Elaine's laugh." We will all miss her resounding voice, her contagious laughter, her Yiddish jokes and stories, her love and affection, her hugs, her cooking, her touch. But we are all so genuinely comforted in knowing that she has been reunited with so many people who love her so much. All of her sisters, brothers-in-laws, and her parents. She's with them right now. I know that's why her last week was so incredibly peaceful. Her nickname the last week of her life was Sleeping Beauty. I feel extraordinarily blessed and grateful to have been by her bedside in her final week. It was probably the most intimate time we've ever shared. I believe she was at peace because she knew exactly who was waiting for her. The Popkin sisters, Anna, Ethel, Sarah, and now Elaine. They are a family reunited I envision that they are all young again, just like in the movies my father took of them, running around in their swimsuits. We all love you so much, Mom. We are with you, and you are with us eternally.